You have views now of the city, 360 degrees that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
And so it's a unique experience now.
You have the river, you have the arena, you have the flour mill. I mean, you have all of Spokane just right here. All right, well, we're here with Garrett from the Spokane Parks Department. Thank you for joining us today, and thanks for letting us be in this awesome facility.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell me, the Parks Department, I mean, you guys oversee a lot. What's the scope of your guys' responsibilities?
We do. The citizens of Spokane love their park system. So overall, we maintain and operate 4,100 acres of park and open space land. And what is included in that is 6 aquatic centers, 4 golf courses, 2 sports complexes, major parks like what we're in today, Riverfront Park, Manitou Park, Finch Arboretum, conservation lands, and just neighborhood parks.
That's awesome. It's pretty much everywhere, like the best parts of Spokane, you got it covered. How has all this affected you guys? Because we know people want to be outdoors and do all this, and it's hurting the ability to just go out and have fun. But what have you guys seen?
It's tough, from February timeframe. We're advised that this was happening, and it could happen in Washington, it could happen in Spokane. Working with the mayor, the city council, and our health officials, we were very proactive in the way that we handled this pandemic here in Spokane. That being said, Parks and Recreation is a very unique model financially. 70% of our budget comes from what we call the general fund. So that's our tax-paying citizen base. 30% comes from program revenues. So when we had the stay-at-home order in early March, that took away 30% of our revenue. No more programs, no more aquatics in that early stages. So yogas and the Sky Ride, the carousel, all these money makers that help subsidize other programs. So early on, we had that huge financial hit.
So with all this going on, I mean, there's projects and partnerships and agencies that you're working with. How has it been working with all these different groups in the midst of all this and managing that?
I think that's been one of the biggest positives out of this is when all else fails and we don't have a lot of control over what's happening in this world right now, is coming together, communicating and partnering and having the same mindset to move forward. And so I think partnerships with different agencies, our elected officials, our park board, our city council, of just working together. How can we provide safe alternatives? How can we get to the finish line together has been one of the biggest positives. And it goes from staff too, internally, as we are all doing different tasks across the organization. Some things that we've never done before, some things that we started our careers on. It gives you a different perspective and appreciation for what all our staff does across this organization.
What do you love about Spokane?
What I love about Spokane, I'm a small town guy, came from a small town, still has that small town community feel. I think that's when Spokane is in need, we come together and we find solutions and we get it done. I think that is a huge plus for Spokane in the way we operate. And of course, the outdoors and parks. I mean, being in this industry, I think that is phenomenal. And the opportunities that we have, I'm a golfer, love golf. Municipal golf courses that we have in Spokane.
The best.
The best.
The best.
Love it. And just raising a family. I think our school system, I have 2 small children. What Spokane has to offer in this size of community is phenomenal, and don't plan on leaving. So you can see to the north, so that's when I talked about the North Bank project. You can see the construction fence and what we call the lower bluff. That's all that playground, basketball court. And then up above on that shelf where you see now these big pillars coming up is what we call the Sportsplex. And so that is where we're partnering with the Public Facilities District to have an indoor facility, indoor running track, hydraulic banked corners on it that'll be able to have collegiate events.
So if you were to compare yourself to a NBC Parks and Rec character, which character would you be?
That's tough. I actually don't watch that show.
I feel like you should.
Know. I don't. I should. Everybody asks me that I should be watching that show. And it's funny, it's kind of had a resurgence during the stay-at-home quarantine.
It's a great bingeable show.
I need to. I can grow a good mustache, don't get me wrong. So I think I can pull that off.
I see a Ron in you, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If people want to support the Parks and Rec department? What's something that they can do to support? Because you're right, people are dying to give back and help and do whatever it takes. How can they support you guys?
They are, and that's a great question. And right now too, we're looking at our expanding our volunteer base, our program around volunteering, and how do we volunteer safely? How do we coordinate that? And so a lot of organizations that we have, like Friends of the Manitou, Friends of the Bluff, neighborhood associations, how can they give back? So we're working on that as well. The other is just being our eyes and ears in the community. When we don't have that, as many staff out there, we don't have the eyes and ears that we normally do. And so with our park caretakers, picking up trash, dumping, graffiti, vandalism, communication. We just ask, if the public sees something, just give us a call and we'll take care of it. And so communication too with that public. And it's been great. So from day one, the understanding of where we're at, where we're trying to head to get together. But communication and volunteering, I think, is going to be big in our future.
So if people want to get a hold of you, what's the best website to contact?
So you go on our website, SpokaneParks.org. You can see Contact Us. You can go on there, send us an email, and then we also have a general phone line as well at 509-625-6200. And we'll get right back to you on that. And we have great staff in our park operations in our different areas that will help coordinate if there's a volunteer need or if there's been some vandalism or other needs out there.
Awesome. Well, Garrett, thank you so much for joining the show today and all the amazing things that you take care of. Excited to enjoy them all. I have 2 young kids too, and so about half of those things we can't wait to get back on, and I'll be golfing tomorrow. So
awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yep,
and thank you guys for joining us this week. We'll catch you next week.
Check out Community Positive, a TV show dedicated to promoting positivity. Each week, we highlight business owners and community leaders doing incredible things in the Spokane community.
Saturday and Sunday at 6 on Fox 28.